Okay. Where's Becca?
Hi, I'm right here.
Hi, Becca.
So it seems to me all year, whenever I would interview someone and we would get to talking about the best voice, the best album in Nashville, your name came up over and over and over again. And I know you've got a lot of friends in this town, but I'm wondering, what does it feel like to actually sort of have the town put their money where their mouth is and to award you these 3 trophies tonight?
It's surreal, very unbelievable. I don't have enough kind of adjectives to get there, but it's a wonderful feeling, and it's a lot of love. I feel a lot of love, and I feel very loved. That's it's a short answer, but it's a real one,
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Hunter, how's it going, man?
It's good to see you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Man, I don't remember the last time I had so much fun watching a performance as I did watching you and Justin. So tell me, how fun was it to perform with him and his backup band? I mean, they came back here and they were having a blast. Tell me about what it felt like up there.
All those guys, and all my guys, too, brought it. They're pros and then some. And it elevates you in a way that maybe cannot happen on your own. All of those guys, and my wife, and my bass player JT Cure on the bass over there. I played music with him for 20 years almost. So it's to get to do this tonight and the way that we did it is it's a crazy thing, man. It's way crazy. Hey, Miss Sarah, how are you?
How you doing? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are someone who has written songs for other people that have been up for awards. You're really your first big time as a solo artist, and you sweep it all. And I know that you are often very diplomatic about your sound compared to maybe some other sounds that are happening in contemporary country right now. And people are talking, and it's trending on Twitter. The tide is turning. Chris Stapleton is winning these awards. What do you think of that when people say things like that? That you winning these awards means that we're at a pivot point?
Well, I think once again, I feel very loved by these awards, but I don't feel like I don't feel like music is a war or it's a battle or anything like that, and I think people have a tendency to try to make it into that. I think, we all are out here, and anybody that's in here tonight making music and working to the degree that it takes to be in the room deserves your respect, and I think that of everybody that is out playing music. So, if you don't like a certain kind of music, that's fine. It's just not for you. And if you like another kind of music, that's great. Listen to that. And I just don't feel nobody gets anywhere by hating on somebody else's music. What's the point? It doesn't make any sense to me. But, to each their own.
Very good. We're going to go right to your far right.
Hi there.
Who am I looking at? I'm sorry.
Over here. Sorry. Hi.
What's your name, sir?
From Irish Radio.
Yes, sir.
You're coming over in the new year to C2C in London and in Dublin.
Yes, sir.
Just maybe your thoughts on coming over, and you, Miranda, really being ambassadors for what we would call country music.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about that. I've never, only once have I been overseas a long, long time ago. We went to Switzerland and played in a kind of acoustic gig with my wife, and hadn't been back over much since. But it's an exciting prospect to me to get overseas and see how country music can be received over there. I've never been to either of those places that you mentioned, and so I'm always liking to see new places and meet new people and have new experiences culturally and just take that in and see what it brings, to life. I think all those things kind of enrich your life. So I'm really, really looking forward to being over there, and hopefully they won't throw anything at me.
We're going to look to your far left of Tammy, right?
Okay. Hey, Miss Tammy.
Hey, Chris, it's Tammy from Country Weekly.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, honey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
As you were accepting your second trophy, I kind of remembered a quote that an industry executive made earlier this year, and I'm not trying to stir anything up, but he mentioned that unless you were on country radio, you didn't exist. Did you hear that quote? Did you give it any consideration? If you did, and if you didn't, how do you feel about it now?
I did hear that quote, and, everybody has an opinion, and that's okay. We haven't been playing as much on country radio as we would like to be, but certainly we're open to that. But we've gotten a lot of support from folks like yourself saying good things about us, and also some other radio outlets and Sirius, and we've had so many supporters, and a lot in country radio too. But hopefully we can get more, and we're looking forward to all those things. And so I don't think there's any one right way to do things in the music business necessarily. I think it's important to try to find your own way, and certainly we tried to do things, the way that we felt like we could do them and get them done. And I had a lot of people do a lot of work. I'm up here standing on this stage, but there's literally 100 people that should be standing up here talking about all the work that's gone into that, all the musicians, all the PR folks, and I get to stand up and take pictures and all that kind of stuff, and it's nice, but there's so many people that have put so much work in, and once again, folks like yourself who invested in this project that have made it what it obviously got to be tonight.
Hey, Chris. In your acceptance speech for the album, you were talking about the role your dad played in the making of that record. Can you talk about your dad a little bit, his taste in music, and how that played a part in everything that's happening?
Yes, sir. My dad, my earliest memories of music were kind of outlaw country folks, Waylon and Willie and guys like that, but also Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin and a lot of old R&B people. My dad, probably we could hold a tune, but he wasn't necessarily a singer, but he did love music, and we would listen to it quite loud in the car. And so those were my earliest memories of music, and when he passed away, it flipped a bit of a switch for me. I got Robbie Turner, who played with Waylon Jennings for 15 years, played on this record. Mickey Raphael, who's Willie Nelson's harmonica player, who played on this record. We made the record with the guys that I play music with live every night, the rhythm section, and Dave Cobb, who produced the records, playing acoustic on it. And most of them are live recordings for the most part. We get in the room and we play music and hit the red button and see what happens, which is a little different than a lot of things are done today. And so I was inspired by those guys, but also thought about those earliest memories of music and the way those records sound, and wanted to, do something that gave a tip of the hat to that.
Hi there.
Hi, Ms. Marta. How are you?
Hey, can you just tell us, do you know what's next? And does all this CMA love give you more confidence to sort of do more solo?
I have no idea what's next. I've been in the music business a while, but I've never done anything like this. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm going to, do my best to handle it with some degree of grace. And I'm just going to keep making music that hopefully I think is good, and whatever comes out of that, that'll be fine with me. Where's Andre at?
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Daniel? Sorry? Who we talking to? Oh,
Hi, Chris.
musical microphones.
So pleased for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Even if you had not won tonight, you had a great opportunity with your performance to show everyone who you are musically and what you're like live, and you certainly did that. So did you feel a lot of pressure going on in that the big thing tonight was that performance? And how do you feel about the fact that people were afraid to follow you afterwards?
I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm never afraid to get on stage and sing and play music. That's my happy place. So that's not it doesn't make me nervous. And I know who's standing next to me, but at the same time, he's so great and a wonderful person, and makes music even more fun. That was the least of my worries, was getting up and playing tonight. The thing I'm most afraid of is saying the wrong thing in a room like this, but you guys are scarier to me than that. Hey, Daniel, how are you?
Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
I know we're wrapping things up, so here's another thought. Maybe this is for your wife, I'm not sure, but that's a big haul of trophies, and I'm just curious, where are you going to put all those trophies? And have you thought about that, or are you going to let her decide where to put all those trophies? Got a special place that you've thought of, maybe, of putting all these trophies tonight?
I don't know. Where's she at? She left. She'll be back. She's clearing off a place to put the trophies, I guess. I don't know what else we do. Listen, I didn't even think I would be nominated for anything tonight, let alone win one or two or three of them. And so it's not, this certainly wasn't anything that I had thought about. And we'll find a place for them, I'm sure.